Hi everyone, welcome back to Wizarding Alice. My name is Alice. If you're new here, I cover all things Harry Potter, Wizarding World, Scotland, travel, and a little bit of lifestyle thrown in there as well. So if that interests you, I recommend subscribing to see future content. But yes, you'll notice I'm somewhere a little bit different to where I normally film. I'll admit, lighting isn't great, but I couldn't not have this as the background because it's so cool. So you're just gonna have to deal with the fact that I'm kind of cast in a weird light. I did bring a ring light with me, but the setup just wasn't gonna work. So this is what we've got. But I am in a Harry Potter themed flat. Now, a couple of weeks ago, by the time I've done this, a couple of weeks ago, you'll have seen the video that I've put up of my stay here during a full tour, talking about my experience here, that kind of thing. So I definitely recommend checking that out, and I will link that below as well to make sure you can access it easy. But I am currently in what is essentially the Gryffindor dormitory, which is so cool. I can't express how cozy it is in here. I just absolutely love it. So I had to make sure I had this as my background. But this actually has nothing to do with the video I'm doing today. I just thought I need to take advantage of this set as much as possible. But today I'm actually going to be talking about a reflection on my winter and my goals for spring. This is something I'm really hoping to do throughout the year. I'm not necessarily always going to make them a video, but I am really keen to be a bit more reflective and a bit more forward thinking, which probably isn't a good thing because I am a planner to the nth degree, so I probably don't need to be doing more reflection, but hey. So yeah, let's just get going and let's start with looking back at my winter. So 2021 was a really difficult year. I think it was for everybody, and I just found it really difficult for lots of different reasons. It is a year I am quite keen to forget. I did, of course, have some really lovely, amazing things happen, but there's also many things I'm quite keen to just put in the past and hopefully progress forward, coronavirus being one of them, of course. But yeah, I did do some pretty cool things, and I did some pretty cool things in the winter time as well, both in 2021 and now into 2022. So for starters, I went to go and see Hogwarts in the Snow, which is something I've always wanted to do, down at Leavesden Studios at the Warner Brothers Studio Tour London. I've been several times. You can probably tell I'm the kind of person that would go a lot, but I've never seen it in the snow. So this was a really cool experience. I got to go down and see the castle covered in snow, and they put snow on a bunch of the sets like Hagrid's hut. It was a really, really cool experience. I absolutely loved it. If you can, I definitely recommend going when they're doing one of their themed things. Just adds a little bit of extra magic. So they do Hogwarts in the Snow, they did a Slytherin takeover, they quite often do a Halloween like dark arts one around that time. Apparently this coming year they're doing, I can't remember what it's called, but it's something like Mischief and Magic, and it's all about like the Weasley twins, Weasleys, Wizard Wheezes, Imps, Pixies, you know, things that are a little bit pranky. I don't know what else to call them. So I definitely recommend going during one of those if you can. But Hogwarts in the Snow was amazing and made me feel very Christmassy. And of course, the whole reason I was there doing Hogwarts in the Snow was because I got to watch Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone in the Great Hall, which was the most amazing experience ever. I can't tell you how emotional it is to be sitting actually like in the Great Hall. You're watching that scene and you're literally sitting exactly where they filmed it, and you've got all the costumes and props around you. It's unlike anything I've ever done before. If they ever do it again, maybe with future films, I definitely recommend going if you can, because it was unreal. Such a cool experience. Speaking of Harry Potter related things, I also went to a wizarding themed afternoon tea right here in Edinburgh. It was a really cool experience. It was at the Cauldron. We got mystical themed cakes and goodies and sandwiches and tea, and we got to brew our own tea as like a potion in a really mystical kind of Hufflepuff themed environment. It was a really, really cool thing to do, and I can't believe after all the time I've lived in Edinburgh, I'd never even heard of it until recently. But if you're nearby, I definitely recommend checking it out. I also had a really nice Christmas. You know, I didn't really get up to too much. It was just a sort of standard Christmas, but that's exactly what I was wanting. Just being able to be at home, relax, chill out, open presents, eat a lot of food. It was lovely. And I did actually do a video all the way up to Christmas, sort of documenting my December, which again, I'll link below. I definitely recommend looking at that one as well. I had a really lovely Christmas Eve in particular. So that was really nice. To start off January the 1st, I did a Looney Duke. I didn't do a video on that, but I think I've got a clip I can put in here. But yeah, if you're not from Scotland, the Looney Dook is essentially where you put on something, normally a costume, but you can put on whatever you want. And on the 1st of January in the morning, you jump into the sea and just frolic about, basically. Because obviously the North Sea / Atlantic Ocean, depending on where you are, is very, very cold, particularly in January. So the whole point is you go in, it's just something silly, a bit of fun. It's like a nice way to start the year that you're laughing and having a good time with people. And I think it also, like, the cold water kind of like refreshes you, resets, starts you off for the new year. And I'd never done it before. It was cancelled because you can't have large crowds. So I just went and did it myself. I didn't get very far. It was so cold, but I had a really great time, and I definitely want to do it year on year. And I'm going to adjust my outfit now. I know how cold the water is. I'm definitely going to wear a couple of pairs of socks, that's for sure. And of course I did this. I stayed in a Harry Potter themed hotel. How cool is that? Or not a hotel, it's like an Airbnb, except it's not on Airbnb, it's just its own thing. But this is a really cool experience. I'm here on my own tonight, and then tomorrow I'll be joined by someone else. So I'm really looking forward to that. They've got like console games, DVDs, board games, books. I'm gonna have such a good time. Tonight I'm just gonna get a massive takeaway and sit and watch TV, and I could not be more looking forward to it. It's exactly what I need now that we're at the end of January. As I'm filming this, you'll probably see it end of February, but yeah, definitely needed. And coming up, it's in February, so I haven't done it yet, but I will have done it by the time you're seeing this, but you won't have seen the videos yet because I won't have edited and uploaded them. Try and wrap your brain around that. But I've got 2 cool things in February coming up that will be part of my winter that I'm really looking forward to. And one of them is, I'm fingers crossed, you never know, going to London, which I'm really excited about. I typically go to London a lot. I have lots of family that sort of live in that general area, so I go to London quite a lot. But because of everything going on, I haven't been in ages, so I'm so excited to go back. And we're going to visit as many Harry Potter locations there that we can, filming locations, of course. So I'm really excited to film that and put it together in a video for you that you'll see at some point, but I can't wait. We're going to try and squeeze in as many as possible, and I still don't think we're going to get them all, but I'm so excited. And I'm also hoping to go to St. Abbs. So that is a coastal town in Scotland. I have been there before. It's absolutely lovely, but it is where New Asgard is in the Avengers film. So obviously when Asgard gets destroyed, and they go and visit Fat Thor, which I don't like to call him, but Fat Thor, and they're in New Asgard, that's St. Abbs. So I'm really looking forward to going there and doing another Marvel filming locations video, which, in case you're worried, this isn't going to become a Marvel channel, but I do like to sprinkle in other bits and bobs sometimes just to break it up from being Harry Potter all the time. So yeah, generally speaking, I did so many cool things in winter. I had such a nice time, even though I was really keen to just get into this new year. So now I'm really starting to look forward into spring and the different things that I'll do then, which I'm also really excited about. First of all, I'm just looking forward to relaxing and unwinding. That's my main goal for spring, is to just try and get into a state of calm, relaxation. I feel like that's what spring's all about. It's really calm and mystical. I don't know, that's the sense I get in my head. So I'm really looking forward to just being able to fully relax, unwind, don't let anything stress me out, and I'm just going to enjoy it getting a little bit warmer and a bit sunnier. I'm also looking forward to spending time in nature. That's another goal for spring. Obviously, here in Scotland in winter, it can get pretty intense. It's not been a particularly intense winter this year. It's not been very snowy or anything, but it is very cold, it is very windy, it is very rainy. So spending that time outdoors isn't really something you elect to do. So I'm really looking forward to hopefully it getting a bit warmer. I'm looking forward to doing like woodland walks, just spending time in nature, really. I think after you have winters here, people really are keen to start being outdoors a little bit more. I also have a bit of a bucket list. So I don't know if anyone else does this, but each season I do a bucket list of things I want to do for the next 3 months to try and make sure I do lots of fun seasonal things. I've got lots of things going on because I'm such a homebody. I do have a tendency that snap my fingers and it's been like 3 weeks and I haven't left the house. So I make sure I create a list of loads of things I'd like to do that fit the season and work my way through the list, and that just makes sure that I'm doing lots of different fun things without realizing that I'm spending all my time at home, basically. So I've got my list here. So some things I want to do is I'd really like to go to a farmer's market. I really enjoy going to markets and things like that, and obviously spring is when they start to pop back up again. You can buy some really cool things, so I'd really like to go to a farmer's market and just peruse. I feel like that's a very spring thing to do. And I also want to do a spring clean. That's another one. I don't typically do spring cleans every year because if you don't know something about me, I'll open up a little bit on this channel. I have OCD, and I don't mean like, you know, sometimes people say, oh, I like things tidy, I've got OCD. Like, no, I have OCD. So I clean a lot. I clean every day, so a spring clean isn't really needed, but I do think it is getting to a point where like there's some like stuff I own that I don't really need anymore, and I think I just need to go through everything. So I'm gonna do a nice spring clean for sure. I'm also, again, fingers crossed, going to Paris in spring, which is so exciting. I can't remember if I've ever been in spring before. I've been to Paris quite a few times. I don't really remember what season it was in, but from what I've seen like on Pinterest and stuff, Paris in the spring is absolutely beautiful, so I can't wait. That's gonna be really nice. But again, I'm not getting my hopes up on that too much because you just never know. I'm also hopefully going to the theatre. I've got a couple things lined up. Again, they're a bit like will she, won't she, but I'm hopefully going to go and see some things in the theatre, particularly things that I was supposed to see before and have got postponed to the spring. So again, up and down, but I love musicals. I love going to the theatre. Anything live I'm obsessed with, so I'm really looking forward to that. I'm also hopefully going to the spa. I really enjoy going to the spa, and I never go. And when I say going to the spa, I do enjoy like getting a facial and things like that, but I mean more, you know, just going and swimming and trying out the different saunas and rooms and things like that. I typically only do that when I go to Center Parks, because they've got amazing spas, but I'd really like to do one here as well. And just, again, it's all part of that relaxing, unwinding. An outdoor pool would be cool to bring in that nature element. See, it's all tying together. It's all synergy. Again, I want to do walks in nature. There's loads of lovely woodland park areas around me. I want to take advantage of that, go for river walks, look at the tulips and daffodils coming up, see a lamb being born. I don't think any of that's going to happen, but that would be nice. I also obviously want to enjoy Easter. I'm not a religious person, but culturally I quite enjoy it. I want to eat lots of chocolate. I want to paint eggs. I want to do all of that fun stuff that you do in Easter. I'm also, again, hopefully going to York. I was supposed to go to York like a year and a half ago, and it's been postponed and postponed and postponed. So again, I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket, spring pun, but I am really hoping I'm going to get to go, so keep your fingers crossed for me. Again, there's no like Harry Potter filming locations in York, but it's very Harry Potter-y, especially the shambles looks exactly like Diagon Alley and places like that, so I'm really excited to go. I also want to go to the zoo. Edinburgh Zoo has recently really stepped up its game. I didn't love Edinburgh Zoo for a while. It had like none of the animals you would expect in a zoo, but now they've got giraffes and they've got a couple more things, and they've just got sloths, and sloths are my favorite animals. Sloths and goats, I absolutely love them, so I'm definitely gonna have to go and see the sloths. I'm 100% gonna cry. And lastly, I'd like to go to a sports match. I'm not a huge sports person, but I think going to see like something I've not really seen before, like ice hockey or maybe basketball, would be really fun, so I'm hopefully gonna fit that in somewhere as well. So that's everything I want to do in spring. It's quite a long list really, but I think it's manageable across 3 months. Obviously the trips are the thing that's mainly like, we'll see. But yeah, I'm really excited. I think those are going to be really fun things. Spring is actually my least favorite season. I just feel like there's not a lot going on, because obviously winter's got Christmas. I just love autumn. I just love the aesthetic, and summer's got my birthday. So I just feel like spring's like not really got much going for it, to be honest, but I'm really looking forward to it now I've put that list together. And what I do each season as well is I put together a mood board. I'll show you like a proper picture. I just printed this out since I'm away from my computer. Obviously I wanted to reference it, and again, it's literally just like a Pinterest inspiration board of the kind of vibe I want for spring, the vibe I want for my Instagram and my pictures, but just the vibe I want to feel all the time. So like you'll see in the top left, I've got like cherubs, you know, that's kind of like that. It's all very soft and delicate and very floral. Again, you can see that in the picture of those tufty flowers. I don't know what they are. Lots of outdoor pictures. We've got the door covered by flowers and the kind of ethereal steps. Lace, strawberries, just, you can kind of get the sense here. Picnics, it would be nice to go on a picnic. It's not normally hot enough for a picnic in spring, but if it was, that would be lovely. So you can see I've gone for a really, I mean, it's not, you know, florals in spring groundbreaking, you know, it's not like reinventing the wheel, but I like putting mood boards together. I think it's fun. I definitely recommend doing it if you've got the time. I use Canva personally, but they're a lot of fun. I really like them and they just make me happy. In terms of videos in spring, I'm definitely going to be doing more filming locations, which I'm really excited about. Like I said, hopefully there's a London one that's going to come up soon, and it's not a filming location, but I do have a fun video planned for York, so we'll see how that goes. So I'm definitely hoping to do more on location videos. I'm also hoping to do a couple more recipe videos from the Harry Potter baking book. I had a lot of fun with the first one, so I'm really hoping to do a couple more, and you never know, maybe one day I'll be able to afford to buy a couple of cameras and I can do a professional setup. I'm also wanting to do some movie reactions, so I want to watch the Harry Potter films with you guys. I think that would be really fun. Edit and put together my reaction, maybe do a bit of a mukbang while I watch them. I'm really looking forward to that idea. I can't wait to start filming. I'll probably just start with the first one and work my way through, so you can look forward to that. And I'm just hoping to do some more travel vlogs, you know, even if they're not necessarily related to Harry Potter. It would be really fun to, you know, document my travels as hopefully things open up a little bit more. I'd love to bring you guys along on the journey with me. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Those are my goals for spring and a look back on my winter. This was kind of a different video. It's more just like a casual little chat with you guys. As I said, I'm probably not going to do these every season, so don't worry. But I just thought, you know what, it'd be nice to just kind of sit and reflect and give you a bit of an idea of what I'm going to be doing going forward. I am thinking it would be nice at some point, maybe once I've got a few more subscribers, and I just want to put a disclaimer there. I don't do things based on the number of subscribers I have. I'm not like, well, I'm not doing that because I don't have 1,000 subscribers. But I just mean that I think you'd need a couple more people on the mailing list to make this work. But it would be quite nice to do a newsletter and maybe have like a bit of a chat and a community going. And that's maybe where I'd put this kind of information about like future videos and stuff like that. So let me know if that interests you at all. But that's maybe something I do in the future. I think that would be quite fun. But yeah, so don't worry, this isn't going to be the type of video that's coming up all the time, but again, I just thought it would be nice. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed this little chat. Please let me know in the comments below what you're looking forward to doing in spring. Is there anything you've got planned? Is there anything you always like to do in spring? Let me know. I'd love to hear it. Or obviously, if you're on the other side of the world, things you like to do in autumn, I'd really like to know that as well, because it's my favorite season. But yeah, please like and subscribe, follow me on social media, all that good stuff. And until then, I will see you next time. Bye.